Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Sinking City. I have a lot of cat activity here, including one that wants to leave my room right this moment. Great! Whenever I play a more atmospheric game, my house decides to be appropriately haunted, which is very nice of it to do, as I walked out of my room just like 20 minutes ago into a very pleasant melody playing in the hallway, which was being created by the water hitting a bowl in the sink when the tap previously was not on, and all of the cats were acting freaked out and staring at it, which I did not blame them, but it was very pretty, so I'm gonna give the ghost that. Props on the music. Anyways, time to lose some sanity in the Sinking City. If you know me, you know that I tend to like Cthulhu games. I played all of the ones that were of bigger caliber, let's say. I didn't play a lot of indie ones. And honestly, I did not find one that I did not enjoy yet. This one was created by a company that has gotten into quite a lot of controversy, mainly about the fact that they can never agree with any friggin' publisher ever, so they're always complaining that the publishers are wrong, and that they're having troubles with them. But their game was back on Steam, and because it was back on Steam and on sale in the summer sale, I was like, hey, I actually intended playing this at some point. I may as well. Dear Mr. Charles Reed, as you requested, I researched the outbursts of hysteria and visions in the city of Oakmont, Mass. It turns out your assumptions were correct. Such cases are indeed more frequent here. Men and women from across the country are drawn to Oakmont, haunted by visions similar to yours. A city drowning, the presence of something great yet unknown. As luck has it, I believe we have stumbled upon the source of your ailment and the person who might help you with it. Prepare yourself, then come to Oakmont as soon as you can. I will meet you here to help you on your way. Cardinally Jones van der Berg. I am playing the game on the easiest difficulty for investigations, which means that the game is gonna prompt me when I have all the evidence that I need, and on normal difficulty for combat, which was the recommended preset settings. I also seem to be faring really badly health-wise right now, so I am just gonna have an easier time if I can help it. So I immediately excuse all of the fans of difficulty, because obviously you're not gonna get what you want. Him in the mirror looks better than him in real life. Damn, I want that magic mirror. Where you're all like flustered and everything, and that's okay, my dude. Your face wasn't affected, just everyone else that was melting. They don't need their faces. Wait, don't tell me that all of your friends ended up being in a radioactive incident and died that way, because I would feel really, really bad. If you also had no incidents with ovens, I hope that's correct too. You know, my biggest question would be, how am I breathing underwater right now? Or why is gravity still here? I hate it when my dreams float me. Mr. was literally dropped into his bed. Right. I have a first aid kit and a brick. And also gunpowder and coils and... Can I merely stare at it? That doesn't seem very fair. Okay, evidence. I don't like reading things. Alright, so that is the letter that we have read. We're friggin' useless right now. We do have a first aid kit, but we can't craft anymore. Okay, so if I wanna loot...
I never have to use it. Something tells me I will.
Okay, this is such a weird system because I have to click hold, then click again and hold again. Ooh, folding camera. That was key evidence? Of what? My own room? Alright, very interestingly, the camera is not in my inventory. Oh. Okay, I have to select it from the tab. Yay! Trophy plate photo.
Never trust a tourist advertisement.
Alright. Oh, all evidence has been collected from this room that
Never trust a tourist advertisement.
arrived at. Alright. All evidence collected, I think, is their way of saying that there's nothing else interesting in the room. As I said, I am playing on the lowest difficulty for these, like, investigatory things, so... The game's being very, very forgiving for me. I like it. Or rather, at least, I like the graphics so far. I like his voice. Oh, I think this is gonna be a very pleasant playthrough, guys. Says me that hasn't even finished the tutorial.
Now get out. Now get out.
Okay. Suppose I can't speak with him.
Mr. Charles Reed.
Mr. Charles
What a pleasure
Reed.
to finally meet you in the flesh.
In the flesh.
Johannes van der Berg, at your service. I did promise to meet you the moment you arrived.
Ah, much obliged, Mr. Vanderberg. I guess I didn't expect you to mean so literally.
Please call me Johannes. But where are my manners? Welcome to the proud city of Oakmont. Alas, now is not its finest hour, though it is its most important.
I can't actually place his accent. I'm gonna guess that Johannes Wonderberg is playing a vaguely European character. Nice suit.
That's an eye-catching suit.
Thank you, Mr. Reed. A mere flood is no excuse for one to abandon one's style.
I take it you're a big fan of yellow.
Well, I have a particular weakness for it. Call it a personal quirk.
I will use yellow against you. I have literally no idea if that's relevant bit on info or not. We have it.
Reaching Oakmont was no easy task. Most maps I've found didn't mark it, and this rickety packet ship is the only one that sailed here. Why is that?
Oakmont is no ordinary place.
It's a special
Its unique
place.
Geographical position.
For
and
special
the
people.
Flood, a recent natural disaster, make it nigh impossible to reach. But you made it, Mr. Reed. I'm sure the tides of fate would have brought you here one way or another.
Also, another thing I'm gonna mention, I'm playing this game all on like ultra graphic settings and everything. Like it is at the maximum. But I put VSync on in case, you know, it decided to run through stupid frames and overload my GPU. Because I have a 260 now. So that's what I'm gonna be doing in games. I'm gonna be pushing the maximum, and then if we can't handle the maximum, then I'm gonna address it. So if this game starts like lagging or my computer starts deciding that it's time to kaboom, that's how we're gonna know.
Tell me about this flood.
It began 6 months ago. Storms raged for several weeks, and the water has risen ever higher without receding. Now the city is cut off from the mainland. I must say I rather like it, despite the inconvenience. Atmosphere, you know?
I mean, the rain is still going. That sounds like it's an ongoing problem. Like, it never actually stopped. Like, I would be concerned.
You said you know someone who can help me with my problem. The visions have been getting worse.
Such vividness of dreams is not uncommon here in Oakmont. By chance, the man I spoke of, Robert Throgmorton, is already at the port. He has dedicated a lot of time and effort to investigate this issue. Alas, I fear he has a more pressing matter on his hands.
Where is Robert
How
Throckmorton?
can I find Mr. Throgmorton?
Don't worry, you can't miss him. Throgmorton tends to stand out from the crowd.
What is he like?
Can you tell me a little about Mr. Throgmorton?
A remarkable creature, scion of a robust bloodline, a philanthropist, a scholar, and the patron of the famous Oakmont University. A man of great ambitions and even greater ego. Do not make him wait.
It doesn't actually tell me how he looks or anything, but I have not heard of many normal people described as a remarkable creature and scion of a bloodline. You got a home?
I'll need a place to lay my head while I'm here. Any recommendations?
Fear not. I've already feathered a nest for you. There's a room in your name at the Devil's Reef Hotel. Here's the key.
Sounds charming.
Don't judge a book by its cover, Mr. Reed.
How do I get
What's
there?
the best way to get around Oakmont? I'd like to drop my things at the hotel.
Most locals go by foot, or by boat. I've got the latter sorted for you. There's one waiting outside the port.
You're too kind, Johannes. Can you steer me towards the Devil's Reef?
Take this map. I've marked the hotel and a few other key places.
What do you do here?
How do you fill your days, Mr. Vanderberg?
I host a philosophy club for the like-minded intelligentsia, gathering seeds of thought like moths drawn to a flame.
I don't know what time period
Much
this is.
market for philosophy these days.
There is no consciousness without pain, Mr. Reed. No better moment for clarity than times of hardship.
With Call of Cthulhu stories, it's like almost never modern times, and considering our camera and pictures, I would say 1950s at best. but I'm not great at judging at times. But it does intrigue me how rich people. I'm just looking. Okay, 75 degrees. We ain't doing too badly. It's because my computer is directly next to my foot, so I can judge if it's getting hot. Oh, I'm gonna miss a move. Ah, let there be light. Okay, there's a little bit too much light now, and it's making my screen slightly freak out. It's because I had a cat that decided to push everything off my desk, including my lamp, so it was shining on me from a very weird, awkward angle. Kinda wanted to fix that. Yeah, okay, that looks fine. I'm like, my green screen okay? Looks okay. But yeah, it amuses me to hear about that upper class, intelligent society. Because it's not just like rich people, but it's like academia, which is not really necessarily a class of person that you can like be in this day and age. Like, I know people with PhD that worked alongside me when I could still have like a normal job and didn't like need to take a really odd job that I can do at any hours moderating a site. But when I still had like a programming job, I had people from the academic background working alongside me because the pay was higher. And I was getting paid like bare minimum, really. I started £17,000 and that went up a bit, but not by much. And that was for software development. And yes, software development can actually go to ridiculous numbers if you somehow manage to survive for decades in the field. But academia really does not pay. Having a PhD oftentimes really does not pay, so you can't actually like amass this money to live off of, unless of course you're really, really, really incredibly lucky. So to have this version of, ah, I am a rich academia person, it's kind of not a thing that would happen these days and age. This day and age, it's like you can have academics that are just part of regular working society, or you can have rich people that might happen to be academics, but they're more likely to act like rich people than those in academia. Like, their pursuits wouldn't be philosophy clubs necessarily. They will either be very obsessed with whatever they do, whatever job they have, or their job will be to meander about, create gossip, have random ass children with each other, attend photo shoots, wave at people, and really concern themselves with really expensive non-branded clothing, which is as far away from philosophy as, yeah, those. It's rare that these two like intersect nowadays, and this is not necessarily a class of people anymore.
Other places? Like what?
You're a private eye, yes? Well, I've highlighted the police station, city archive, newspaper. Places you'll need to get to the truth. This city is insular, its ways mysterious. No one will take you by the hand, so you better know where to turn in search of a lead.
Goodbye.
That's it for now, I think. Thanks for helping me get my bearings.
No. The pleasure was mine, Mr. Reed.
Oh, before you go, how can I get in touch with you later?
Don't worry about that. I'm the kind of man who finds you.
That sounds really ominous. I am definitely going to worry about that. Alright, so this is like an investigatory location. And all evidence has been collected. That's a ship. City port. Oh, hotel. Ooh, this is quite a big map. Hospital, police department, chronicle, asylum. Of course. What Cthulhu game would there be without asylum? University library, city hall. You know, it's like a tiny city and has a university library and probably a university. Trophy plate with a strange fish. Looks like a very lifelike. Ugh. You can switch off these, like, prompts. I have these prompts because, once again, I'm playing these on easy. Need to find a person in Oakmont Fort by the name of Robert Thornton. And that's my room. Alright. Okay, that's probably not Thorson. I mean, I would assume that he's not gonna be half naked there doing all of that, but it does not hurt to try, I suppose. You know, the only other things that this studio has ever done is like shit tons of Sherlock Holmes games. And Sherlock Holmes is really not my thing, but I do like this sort of thing, so if only they could do more, you know, this sort of thing.
The end is nigh. It will begin again. What is down comes up. The seed is sowed.
Excuse me, my man, I will take a photo of you because you are weird. I don't suppose that's gonna... No. Okay. That was not relevant. I get to have a photo of a man, though. For, you know, fun purposes. I'll hang it in my room. I suppose when there is something interesting to photograph, the game will tell me. Because once again, I'm playing on investigatory difficulty easy. The game kind of recommended it, and I was like, I have no idea about these kind of games, so I may as well take it. But you can't make sure that there's no prompts at all. Or that you don't even know that all the difficulty has been, you know, all the evidence has been collected. Ah! Okay, there's apparently some evidence to find
Where's your
here.
Oberon, huh, Titania? Where's your Oberon, huh, Titania?
Just gonna go around digging on other dudes' stuff. I hope someone finds this. My name is Albert Thornton, and this is my will. What? Sorry. I want to warn you, don't go to the depths below Oakmont. There's unreadable. We should never have done that. Everything should have remained in that cave. Professor Unreadable, I fear what will become of me. It's singing in my brain, dancing on my eyelids every time I close my eyes. Unreadable. The cycle goes on and on and on and on and on. Unreadable, in the end it comes. I must warn everyone. I must tell the father, Unreadable. He is here. I was looking for someone named Thornton, I believe.
Something with this helmet gives me chills. What's wrong with it?
I mean, it is flashing green. That's probably what is wrong with it.
Can't catch a mackerel since those Innsmouthers took over the fishing business.
You like it here, newcomer? Well, get used to it. No one leaves Oakmont nowadays.
Really? Watch me go! I can't believe I can actually swim out into the sea. That seems like a pretty bad idea. Let me not do that. I expected the game to have a wall somewhere. I did not... Yep. Okay. There was a giant octopus that tried to do something to me. I don't really want to experience that again. I am not gonna go in for a lovely swim again. I'm sorry. I'm looking for a lovely chap that should be impossible to miss. Hopefully I'll find it. Are you my lovely chap?
What's your problem?
I mean, my man! That's a human head! What do you mean, what's my... literally have no reaction to seeing a fucking human head. My character's like, yep, this is normal. I think I saw my guy. I mean, he's wearing a white suit, and he's very, very obviously just kinda... Yeah, that looks like my guy.
I don't care about your petty excuses. No one leaves the port until my son is found, and that is fine.
Excuse me. Are you Robert Throgmorton?
I'm your long-lost son!
But not interested. Go away.
The name's Charles Reed.
Why do you look
I'm
like a
private
monkey?
Investigator. Just arrived from Boston. I was told you might be able to help me.
Private investigator, you say? Well, perhaps we can help each other.
Your features are very unusual.
Please forgive the question, but I've never met a man quite like you before.
That's because no man measures up to the Throgmorton lineage. Proud and powerful blood flows through our veins. My father united with a certain royal family, which has blessed all our offspring with these exquisite features.
What happened to your son?
If I may ask, what happened to your son?
Why do you care? What's your angle, outsider?
I'm a
Well,
fucking
like I said,
private investigator.
Finding people is kind of my specialty.
Yeah.
Is it? Well, Albert was part of a deep-sea expedition I commissioned. This useless fool over here says he found Albert washed ashore in a lifeboat. Says he was barely conscious, out of his mind, talking gibberish in some other language. But he even tried to bite him.
And you don't believe him?
Complete malarkey. I know my Albert. I raised him strong and smart, the best of his kind. It couldn't have been him. Albert's disappearance is the work of Innsmouthers. Mark my words.
What do you know of the
I've
visions?
heard you're the man to speak to about visions, outbreaks of hysteria. I'm trying to get to the bottom of it myself.
Another newcomer with another problem. Yes, I know what you speak of.
Can I ask you a few questions?
How dare you? My son Albert is missing, and no one in this Innsmouther-ridden city will do a damn thing. But yes, let's talk about your dreams.
Who are the Innsmouthers?
I take it you're not the biggest fan of these Innsmouthers.
Those fish-faced freaks have overrun this city since the police burned Innsmouth to the ground. But now, those filthy migrants occupy half this damned city. The port, Grimhaven Bay, Salvation Harbor, the shells, they are everywhere.
So they're just refugees.
Hardly. They've taken work from the local fishermen. They stir and agitate against us, the Throgmorton family. We are the pillar of this community.
How
Not to
far
mention
is
that
Innsmouth
crime
from
rates
your
have
town?
skyrocketed. Simply speaking, they are a big stinking pile of trouble.
And I mean, you're not any better yourself.
Mr. Throgmorton, let me help you. I'm rather good at tracking down missing people. I'll find Albert.
What makes you think you can do it? Oakmont is not exactly friendly to new arrivals.
Well, I already
Let's
found the
just
letter.
say I tend to see things that others miss. And anyway, what have you got to lose? Sounds like you could use every man you can
Can
get.
I really show? Can I show you the letter?
You have a point, newcomer.
Can I show you the letter?
Sorry, did you just say Vera?
Like
What is
hello,
that?
Vera?
You had better get used to the Oakmont dialect, outsider. That is, if you want to fit in. It is a fascinating blend. Vera means fine. I was saying, we have a deal.
I see. Thank you. I need to know more about what happened to Albert.
Tane, did you not listen at all? I already told you everything. After leaving on the expedition, Albert was found on the shore in a lifeboat. This fisherman supposedly brought him to the house, and
Oh.
then left to call me. But when I arrived here. My son was nowhere to be seen.
Anything else?
Clearly, something suspicious occurred inside the house. I suggest you stop dawdling and go see for yourself.
Where's the house where this all happened?
For Kay's sake, I thought you were a private eye. We're standing right in front of it.
As much as I'm enjoying the weather, Mr. Throgmorton, it's time for me to get started.
I already
Find my
visited the
son,
lifeboat.
newcomer, and be quick about it.
Don't do anything stupid, newcomer. And keep your hands where I can see them.
I've said everything I know.
Everybody seems fairly normal so far. Except for me, for I don't use hands to open doors. I use my full body. I just run into doors and hope that they open. Oh, oh. Okay, that's fish. I was like... a basket full of blood? I mean, it's not even a basket. It's a tub full of blood. That can't be good.
It would take tremendous effort to move this thing, let alone tossing it over like this. It would take tremendous effort to move
Let's
this
see
thing,
what you find,
let alone
newcomer.
tossing it over like this. Hello? Hey, can you hear me?
Oh, my head. What? Who are you? Are you police? I've already told them everything.
It's okay. I'm Charles Reed, Private Eye. Mr. Throgmorton hired me to find
He
his
did
son.
not promise me any pay.
okay.
This is a really weird way to
Maybe
take
you
a case.
Tell me about yourself.
Name's Will. Will Hammond. I'm a fisherman. We all are. Live here together. Me, poor fella Paul, Barry, and Innsmouther Lewis Flynn. We moved here after the flood. I worked on the railroad, but the rail ain't kicking anymore, so I started fishing. It was add or starve.
You know, one thing that I'm gonna say, I love how our detective works, because we just looked like we had far too much whiskey, far too much cigars, and haven't slept for a while, maybe snorted some cocaine, and we look pretty homeless, which seems completely on par for the image of detectives that noir games have gave me.
I want to know what happened here. Every detail.
I don't remember much. Me, Paul, and Lewis, we were here. This is our house. Barry was outside on his business. Then he came back carrying Throgmorton's son. He was unconscious, barely breathing. Barry left again to call Mr. Robert.
Then what?
We put the guy in Lewis's room. Then he started to make these horrible sounds and... okay. My head began to burst, and he woke up. And after that, I don't remember a thing, just dreams. Drowned streets, a sleeping giant, a voice that called me.
That sounds familiar.
Who's
Who
Kay?
is this K you keep mentioning?
Outsiders, show some respect. Kay is our lord, our light, our love.
Sorry, I didn't know. Where are all the other guys?
That's Paul there on the floor. Kay be with him. Barry's outside with Mr. Throgmorton. Lucky rascal missed everything. And I have no idea what Lewis or Throgmorton's son got to. Starting to suspect the worst.
What happened to Paul?
Do you know how Paul died?
I don't know. When I pulled myself together, he was already gone. Kay, have mercy on his soul.
Alright, so you're just confused.
I'll leave you to it. Take care of yourself, Will.
Please.
But it is helping
Detective,
me learn the local
sir,
culture, so thank
tell
you.
me the truth. Could it be me? Did I kill Paul? Or... Kay, did I kill him?
I don't know yet, Will. The police will stop anyone coming in or out of here, so I suggest you just try and get some rest.
I'm afraid of what I might dream.
You know, one thing that I'm gonna say is, for depending on the state of the corpse, I don't think you can kill a guy and like have no splashes on your clothes at all. So I don't think that that's
Choo
like...
choo. Ahem. Choo choo. Ahem.
There's nothing else in there. I am partaking in a little bit of stealing.
I can barely recognize the face of the poor fella. He was beaten to a pulp.
Yeah, I don't think you can... I am not entirely sure you can do that. And like have absolutely no marks of blood on you. Like, I think it's not you, my dude. Excuse me, just activating my third eye. The fuck is that? Oh, that's how it works. Okay. I can step into the past, I suppose. I am bleeding sanity right now, though. Let me just recharge on the sanity bit for a bit. Oh god, your knife has some eyes on it. I don't think that that's good.
Never seen knives like this before. Masterful work. Seems like Prohibition hasn't affected Oakmont too much.
Okay, Prohibition, so we're like 1920s?
So that's what an Innsmouther looks like.
So, slightly deformed then. Ah, really.
Take this, ape face.
Alright, so they beat him up.
What's happening?
Okay, one of them was... He was levitating.
Yeah, run!
Okay, let's see what we have here.
Yeah, run!
I want to say that this was one. This was
Take
two,
this,
and
ape
this was
face.
three.
Yeah, run!
When Albert Throgmorton woke up, he was not himself. He attacked the fishermen, and his hysteria spread to them. When he got wounded, he fled.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
There was a fierce fight here, but someone tried to flee. I can barely recognize the face of the poor fella. He was beaten to a pulp. There was a fierce fight here, but someone tried to flee.
Doubly investigating the scene with my spidey senses tingling, I suppose. Excuse me, sir, you don't understand. I can activate my spidey senses. That's why I'm the best detective around.
Seems like Prohibition hasn't affected Oakmont too much.
Okay, so that's the will. And then left, pause the fight. He lives with 3 other colleagues. He wants to find his son. Oh, combine clues to make deductions. This is really interesting. Okay. So they suffered some sort of this is interesting. Was dangerous and he posed a threat to Lewis Flynn and his fellow fishermen. Albert and the fisherman named Lewis fled the scene after the fight in the house. Oh, I can track them with my supernatural sense? Okay, so there is a hate feud. And apparently I can track them. Cool! I don't feel like I'm currently done though. I want to like reinvestigate downstairs before I move on. There we go. I was going around opening doors with her head again.
This dog mat looks better than the owner's bed. This dog mat looks better than the owner's bed.
Okay, that's still only a dog bed. Got it.
The book is damp and damaged, but clearly well cared for. We are in like a fisherman's house, so I'm not entirely surprised. I think things with like white marking means loot inside! That's definitely not loot inside though, so maybe I have... Maybe it means that I can open it? I don't know. We will see, I suppose. Right, I feel like I kind of have everything here.
Okay, so that's one, that's two, where else? There. 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 Shit!
So the fisherman pursued Albert, even let off a few shots.
Alright. There. This is quite creepy there. I really enjoy this there. Oh, I kinda love this game.
Even though Albert was wounded, he managed to climb that high. Robert wasn't exaggerating when he said he raised him strong.
There. There. Ooh, there? Thank you, weird-ass monster people. Highly appreciated. Whatever I'm finding, it is mine. Wow.
There's something in the pocket.
Lewis, please just give me one more week. I know I owe you, but I'm underwater like everyone else right now. I don't have yet enough in stock to operate the bar smoothly with all of the fuss snooping about the port. But don't worry, I've struck a nice deal with the proper people and should have a steady supply channel soon. Just one more week and I'll return everything with double interest, Peter.
The blood is fresh. Whomever it belongs to could not have got far.
Yeah, I think doors with a thing is just as a way to indicate that we can open a thing. Only gunpowder. Nothing of import. Alright, so that is closed. That is also closed. It's not closed this way. Okay. The shot or melee attack?
The door won't budge.
Used up my stupid brick. Oh god. Oh! You. Okay. I don't have a lot of bullets! This is problematic. I want inventory. I want more bullets. Okay, I don't have any alcohol right now. Definitely want more bullets. That's bloodstained. No! Torn piece of jacket. Lewis may have wanted Albert dead. Lewis may have wanted to kill Albert outright because he was a Thorgmonton rather than just drive him off. Let me just walk around in the... Jesus. Sorry, my dude, that is just creepy.
One fatal round through the forehead. That's no accident. This was deliberate. One fatal round through the forehead. That's no accident.
Okay.
This was deliberate.
No more evidence in here, but I am gonna take a quick look-see around in case there's any new material. For a simple reason of... Oh, I have like no bullets, and I would like to have bullets in case weird jumpy aroundy thingies appear again. Lewis seems Mather that killed Albert Thormonton may be hiding at the bar in Oakland Court. Okay. Suppose I'm gonna go and confront the guy. My dude, I did find your son. So Fisherman's house, I only have key evidence collected. Not all possible evidence, which is unfortunate. Is that a creature or a chicken? Can't tell. Gonna guess a creature, not a chicken. There was a dog here. I left some ingredients here.
The book is damp and damaged, but clearly well cared for. I'm surprised they don't have someone's portrait here. I'm surprised they don't have someone's portrait here.
Hey, that sounds like he did at one point.
I'm surprised they don't have someone's portrait here. 5 cards short of a full house.
Okay, so that was the rest of the evidence. Fair enough. I mean, I suppose just because there is a knife throwing board, it doesn't mean that there has to be.
Mr. Throgmorton, I'm afraid I have bad news.
No.
Yeah, I found your son in the basement of a nearby warehouse. I'm sorry, but he was murdered. Shot in the head and the body hidden.
No. It cannot be true. No, no, no. I don't believe it. No.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Condolences, Mr. Throgmorton. I had hoped for a happier outcome.
Your condolences will not bring him back. So much of our blood spilled for nothing. So much effort in vain. My poor Albert. Tell me you know who did it. I want to look him in the eyes, make him beg for mercy.
Fisherman named Lewis.
Seems like he was a fisherman by the name of Lewis. He had a gun and pursued Albert after he fled the house.
Lewis it is, then. What do you know of him?
Turns out you were right. He's an Innsmouther.
Those filthy scum have done it now.
I'm
When
fueling
through,
racial
they
hatred.
will rue the day they dared lay a finger on a Throgmorton. Bring me that dirtbag, Lewis. He and I are due a reckoning. Do this for me, and I'll help you with anything you need.
Mr. Throgmorton, I found this in the lifeboat. Looks like it's your son's will.
Give it to me. Oh, my boy, what did you get yourself into? If only I hadn't sent you on that cursed expedition.
Strange creatures.
Mr. Throgmorton, I've encountered something.
What? I don't have all day.
Some unusual creatures. And they sure weren't friendly.
You've seen a wild beast, Mr. Reed. I'm somewhat surprised to see you still alive. Those unsettling things appeared after the flood. I've commissioned a few studies on them, but we know little more than when we started. They're aggressive, but fortunately, not immune to gunfire.
Yeah.
Good.
I learned that firsthand.
Try to avoid them when possible. And when you can't, keep your weapons handy.
Bye. Alright, so we're making progress. I already saw... First case, what is this? That's the port. I need an inn. Oh. That's a boat. We might visit the port. Oh, okay, it's the bar at the port. So here's the tiny shitty thing. I'm very bad at orientation, and this map is pretty big. I also want to look for secrets, because there's so much to explore. Like, what is the star thing? What does it do? What does it mean? Okay, that's the bar. Ah!
Come closer, troubled soul. Let me tell you what your future holds.
I don't know
Some kind of,
if I have
fortune
money, but yes.
my dear. Yes. Oh, it's so clear. Your path holds many surprises, newcomer.
Appropriately vague. Do tell.
Really? Like what?
Not so fast, newcomer. I see many things. For a small fee, I'll tell you some of them.
Alright, how much? $1?
Your money has no value here, newcomer. After the flood, Oakmonters deal in the practical. Booze, smokes, and bullets. And I'll make it easier for you. I don't smoke.
Oh, okay, I can afford to spend one bullet.
Let's hear what my future holds.
Good. Let me focus. The sea will be generous in the coming days. Many gifts delivered, and many will regret partaking.
I don't think I follow.
I see old and new. A hard heart against an iron will. Whoever wins, you win too. But you'll only see that from inside a metal cage. And tall pillars, circled by the dead. A race from one to the next, as time itself laughs.
I think the old and the new thing would be the old family versus the Innsmouters, and it seems that no matter where the story goes, we're still gonna be fine, but we're only gonna be seeing this from inside an iron cage, which doesn't bode well. Kinda means we're trapped in the whole scenario, and they can't actually make sense out of the second part. I'm surprised that I can interpret cryptic messages in the bloody video
Thank you.
game.
I'll keep that in mind.
Thanks, Brain.
You are welcome.
Training
I
with
can't
tarot
wait to
cards
see
have
what
helped.
you do.
And tall pillars circled by the dead, erased from one to the next as time itself lasts. Okay, so many corpses in our path. And we'll go one from the other, always too late? Perhaps? Maybe?
Ugh, I'll miss the carpenter's food giveaway with this darn port closure.
Why can't I make sense out of game fortune telling?
Stay alert. Monsters lurk underground. They're everywhere.
Hey, knock it off. Welcome to Under the Keel. What do you want?
I need to find Lewis Flynn.
I'm looking for a man by the name of Lewis Flynn. Any chance he's here?
Yeah, even if I knew, I don't rat to newcomers.
Oh, you want him gone?
As it happens, I know you owe a debt to Mr. Flynn. Trouble is, I found your note near the dead body of Albert Throgmorton, son of Robert. So, it seems Lewis is in trouble. Might have even come here to hide. But you hand him over, and he won't be back to collect what you owe. Get me?
Rock. That would explain the blood. Fine. If it gets me out of this mess, you can have him.
So?
He's upstairs. Here's the key. You gotta promise to deal with him, once and for all. But save the shooting for outside, huh?
Smart man. There's your good deed for the day. Bye.
Bye. I want to check one thing, okay? I want to check, can I just like go back and hand him the key to the guy whose son died? Because if I can, that's exactly what I'm doing. Okay, so that was the warehouse.
I gave you clear instructions, did I not?
Okay, so I can't do that. That's highly unfortunate. Because I don't know if I can actually drag the man all the way over here. And I'm not a very good shot.
You look familiar, but old Billy hasn't seen you around.
The fuck is that? I can't believe that I can just be in here behind the bar. We are following friggin' trail of corpses though, so...
What the? Get the... Oh.
Can't expect to arrive and just find my dude dead.
Hey, who are you? What are you doing?
Oh,
Charles
okay.
Reed, private investigator. Mr. Throgmorton hired me to find his son Albert, so I think you know why I'm here.
Ugh. That darn bartender. It was all that crazy ape's fault. You hear me?
Calm down. I only want to speak, for now. But no, if you reach for your gun, you'll hit the floor faster than you can say poetic justice.
I got nothing to hide.
do you look like that?
Why do you... your face, it's,
Oh, so you're here to attack me just 'cause I look different to you? Wanna spit on me, whisper to your friends? What's new?
no, I'm sorry. I didn't know how to ask. I've just never met someone like you before. I didn't mean any offense.
Innsmouther's bodies were blessed by the sea. You're gonna see a lot of us here, so you better get over it. We are proud of who we are.
How did it all happen?
Start at the beginning. What happened?
We were in our house, me, Paul, and Will. Barry'd gone to the sea. Though I told him that it would only bring bad luck. If he'd listened to me, we'd all still be alive.
Come on, Lewis. Focus.
Right.
I think he is focused.
Well, Barry dragged that damn ape to our house. He was bragging about how much Mr. Throgmorton would give us for saving his son. But that ape, he was out cold. Then woke in an instant and started screaming, attacking us. After that, can't remember a thing.
Yes, you can. You killed him.
Shot to kill. No warning, no second chances. You pursued Albert even after he fled. Why?
I can't remember it. When he woke, it was like a bloody mist descended over me. First thing I recall after is that darn warehouse and me covered in blood. I had no idea what happened, though. I suspected it had something to do with that ape. Turns out, I was right.
Mister, he's hanging dead. In a warehouse. That's not a very good excuse. Why do you hate the Throgmortons?
I hear there's a bit of a feud between the Innsmouthers and the Throgmortons. Care to fill me in?
Those apes hated us from the moment we arrived in Oakmont. Our home was destroyed. We just needed a place to stay. The Blackwood Grand family sheltered us, but others were not as hospitable. We needed jobs, food, and medicine. The city denied it all.
And so?
We had to fight for every crumb of bread. And those Throgmortons in their high castle only made our life harder, always conspiring behind our backs, always setting people against us. I'd love to see them suffer like we suffered.
That's a grand family.
You mentioned a grand family. What do you mean?
So you're a newcomer, huh? Explains a lot.
Yeah, a newcomer with a gun. Answer the question.
Okay. People here are crazy about bloodlines and tradition and reputation. The head honchos of Oakmont are called the Grand Families. There's the Carpenters, who control most of the city's underworld, the Blackwoods, who share kin with Innsmouthers through the Marsh family.
And let me guess, the Throgmortons.
Right, those filthy apes. Now that most of the Blackwoods are gone, there's nobody left to protect us Innsmouthers.
Your actions look deliberate.
The things you did to Albert don't look like a bloody rage. A fatal shot to the head, a hidden body. One might start to wonder if it was deliberate.
I don't know what to say. I wasn't myself.
Okay, I've heard enough.
I think I've got all I need.
Please, Mr. Reed, don't tell Throgmorton about me. I know I'm in no position to ask. I didn't want to do whatever it is I did. Honest, have mercy, please. I have a family. Without me, they'll starve.
This is not exactly cut and dry. I need some time to think.
Perhaps I can offer something to grease your grinds. I still have a few bullets on me.
You think you're
No.
the first person to offer me a bribe?
Please, Mr. Reed.
Now, don't try my patience further, Mr. Flynn.
Can we expect him to just kind of sit around in here? Because I would kind of flee. Right. Can either reveal or save him. I'm gonna say he was aware. That was very calculated. Psychic influence or not, Lewis was out to murder Albert Throckmorton. He had a motive too, the mutual hatred between the Innsmouthers and the Throckmortons. There we go. I have made my decision. Honestly, I would understand, like, if the corpse was just out there somewhere, but it was on the hook. Shot into the head. I know that he didn't, like, want to say anything about it, but just didn't really stand well with me. All evidence is collected there. Still have some, like, yellow? Maybe it's because I already locked in. But you can, like, lock in 2 different ways. I don't know. I've never played this game before.
Just as I suspected, the Innsmouther Lewis is responsible for your son's murder. He's hiding at the local bar. Just ask the bartender. Seems like he had a bone to pick with your family and took it out on Albert.
Oh, that scum won't be getting off easy. The whole city shall see what happens when you cross the Throgmortons. Justice, bittersweet as it is, shall be served. It's rare for a newcomer to make himself so useful. Thank you.
Glad to be
Mr.
of service.
Throgmorton, I hate to press you, but do you think you could help me now?
Yes, you've earned it. Gay to think a newcomer barely off the boat solves a crime the police couldn't. But
Well, you know, it's...
Remind me, what brought you to Oakmont?
The police is... They have ties, and it gets difficult. I'm not gonna reveal it myself.
I'm looking into an outbreak of erratic behavior and madness, all linked to shared visions of this place.
Indeed. Then our goals align. This inexplicable hysteria has spread through Oakmont after the flood. I funded an expedition to explore recent geological activity that may be responsible.
Why a geological expedition?
Geological Expedition? I'm not sure I follow.
I have reason to believe the flood and this madness have the same source. As above, so below. So I sent men to find out.
You think the flood is a
You
natural?
mentioned the flood. You think it's more than just a natural disaster.
You weren't here, Mr. Reed. What happened defied scientific explanation.
Any link between visions and hysteria?
Do these cases of hysteria involve shared visions as well?
Since the flood, many Oakmonters have had similar nightmares. Indeed, Professor Doe, the expedition leader, complained of them herself.
Waterlogged ruins with unnatural architecture, a sleeping giant, drowned streets, and a voice calling from the depths.
Her words exactly. She proposed the expedition, desperately wanting to find the cause.
Any discoveries so far?
Has your expedition found anything?
I do not know. Albert was part of it. His passing cannot be coincidence. Why was he alone at the port? And where are the others?
The murder and the expedition only?
You think your son was killed because the expedition uncovered something?
Is it so hard to believe? I had no news for a week that Albert, the only one I could trust, comes ashore and is killed.
It does sound suspicious.
Mr. Reed, I want you to find out what's going on. I expect you're as interested in the expedition's results as I am.
Well, tell me about the expedition.
If I'm going to look into this, I'll need to know more. Where should I start?
I'm always too polite to ask for payment, by the way.
Expedition's headquarters and a key.
That's all you can tell me?
Let me be clear, Reed. You do not speak to me like that again.
I'm sorry, Mr. Throckmorton. I just meant the more I know, the better.
I am a busy man. I funded the research, but left all preparations to Professor Doe and Albert. When you've finished, come see me at the Throgmorton family manor. It's in Old Grove. Here, I'll show you.
Bullet?
About my expenses.
They will be reimbursed after you complete your task.
Oh.
And of course, you've earned some compensation for your work here at the port. I'll also include a fair advance in bullets.
Oh!
Bullets?
The dollar lost its use here, Mr. Reed. After the flood, Oakmont returned to bartering. Bullets mean more than bills.
Alright. Woo! A frosty welcome. So where does the new case lead us? No clues. Horton Bar. So that is the matter. Northern Coverside. Where it is? Oh no, that's the manor. It's the Chronicle. Where was it? Some more bullets. Asher Road and Hubbard Avenue, rather. So somewhere like here-ish. Next to the police department. Got it. I think I should be able to get to a boat by walking like through here and then going that way. I hope anyway. This is concerning. especially considering that I think, yep, my body just kind of fainted, and that's probably my hotel room. Okay, so I can pin evidence on the map. Well, I'm happy that I finished everything in the previous area first. Ooh. What? I'm not too sure I even have the DLC, but that happened. Just gonna stay dressed as I am for now. I think wind coat is a bit too heavy.
Never again, they say.
Were you in an insane asylum at some point? I don't know what exactly sank the USS Cyclops. Only remember the screams and the metal creaking, water filling the deck, and my headache. The worst I've ever had. I found myself among the floating seaweed, drowning. A nearby piece of boat helped me survive and reach the shore of a small island. They found me on it later, starving, half-mad, and babbling about the ancient ruins and their denizens. The officials said none of what I thought I'd seen was real, but my memories are true. My strange powers gained after the ordeal prove it. I found something horrible on that island, something old and dark and slithering, and it still haunts me.
Crew of the Cyclops. Semper Fortis, brothers.
So I suppose that's why we went to the insane asylum?
No matter how much of this I chug down, the visions always return.
Okay, so I drink laudanum. I drink valerian root myself for my heart issue. Honestly, it's a thing that I learned only Lithuanians do. And it works kind of as a heart calmer, so it stops it from overbeating. It also works for sleeping, so I kind of relate to the laudanum thing. The number of attacks on Innsmouth immigrants has increased. Raids are intensifying, with more and more Innsmouthers exposed to abuse and assault. Sometimes whole families are found dead in their houses. Police are on the case, with several illegal Innsmouther businesses captured and their owners sent to jail. The city ought to have been cleaned of these fish-faced scum long ago, said Robert Thorgmorton, head of the Thorgmorton Grand family. I regret only one thing. It all started too late. Had we not neglected our civic duties, my son Albert would still be here with us. Yep, I kind of feel racial violence there. Sorry about that, but it doesn't... I don't much enjoy lying. It seems that you overexerted yourself while conducting the investigation for Mr. Throckmorton. Forgive me for the audacity, but I brought you to the Devil's Reef while you were unconscious. Please take more care of yourself in the future. I won't be there for you every time. Okay, so all I need to do is not faint everywhere. Cool. Quarter. I have my questions.
Makes this place feel more like home. I miss Boston already.
Aw. You're literally like... left the
Never again, they say.
Cute of them. Put on my name on it and everything. What's with all the candles? I boarded up the windows and locked the door. They are just men, the Yellow King's gang. They can't get here now. No, there's only me and these nightmares. A little longer and I'll figure them out. Right, so now I have multiple weapons, thankfully. I'm gonna keep them reloaded. Oh, the bloody candles, though. I love candles. Well, not in the middle of summer.
Won't budge.
But I do love candles. But that is overkill. And very expensive. Mr. Archer, I've seen you dragging things into your room. Mind the floors. I'll make you pay for any scratches you leave. Your landlord.
The door won't budge.
Right. What is on the next floor? I'm sorry, I'm a private investigator, which means that I break into everyone's homes indiscriminately. Ooh, alcohol, good. I can, like, make a Healy thing. Well, not yet. I need more alcohol, but still. So the lighthouse is out. Several ships have gotten lost at sea, and some are now decorating the city's beaches. That's one thing, but now there's an enterprising fellow at the city's port hiring salvagers to recover ships. He's turning a tidy profit from selling them. Can't be a coincidence, need to look into it. If only this city wasn't so impossible to navigate. At the city port. Alright. Whoa. Excuse me? My man, if I saw a portrait like that, I would be concerned. Not necessarily because of the item itself, but because it looks like it has been scribbled all over. Has been scribbled. Okay, so everything else in here is kind of locked. Got it.
Finally, you're awake. Gotta tell you, though, mister, you want to stay on here, you stop making all that noise.
What noise?
Noise? What noise are you talking about?
I expect my guests to be respectable. Moans, chanting, all that kind of thing. It stops, all right?
Was speaking in my sleep.
Got any proof it was me? It could have been one of my neighbors. I slept like a rock. I didn't hear a thing.
That's exactly what a newcomer would say. Your neighbors are respectable people and would never do such a thing. Don't think your yellow-clad patron means you get away with everything.
You're not exactly friendly with your guests. Aren't we the ones keeping you in business?
All these newcomers after the flood, they're stark raving mad.
Including me.
You can't imagine the crazy notes and books I find after they move out. Only thing they're good for is lighting the kitchen stove.
Can I have a look?
I knew it. I tell you, no one sane would be interested. And you want to take a look? Well, fine. Take what you wish.
Wow. I'm sorry, you just gave me like 12 fucking books. So that was the grades. And then it's now keeping it down. Now it's my own diary. Alright, let me just move my chat a bit. This city, no matter how badly the flood damaged it, has an unnatural appeal. I can't stop myself from walking, even if it means being struck by further visions. I went to the eastern part of Salvation Harbor, near the crossing of Fitzocalahan Street and the old Church Road. It came! The feeling of loneliness, the fear, was immense. I was a woman locked in a room, infected and slowly rotting. My body turned into something. It itched badly, and my face I had to hold the skin with both hands to prevent it from growing until I suffocated. I ended up sitting on the road crying, and some innsmouther kicked me and ordered me away. Oh, Jesus. The visions are testing me, playing with my mind. My old forgotten fears came to life. When I was small, I was afraid to stay alone. I thought my parents would leave and never come back. Today I went to eastern streets of Coverside, and the visions came in the corner of St. Elmo Lane and Kingsport Street. I felt I was alone, forgotten in a locked room, hungry and frightened. It was so scary to stay inside, but everything was much worse behind the door. Something scratched in the corridor, and there was terrifying screams from outside. I could not run, could not hide. I just waited for Mom to return. Coverside, corner of St. Elmo Lane and Kingsport Street. Okay. That's Croft. I'm looking for Kings. This is the only place where they intersect. Eastern part of Salvation Harbor. Fitzocalahan Old Church. I can't really tell east from west apart, sorry. I mean, I think... Okay, east is that way, west is the opposite. Probably. So here. I'm afraid someone stalks me. It started when I visited Western Advent and had a vision at the intersection of Purity Road and Oak Street. I saw mirrors full of reflections and someone trapped trying in vain to escape. His expression of fear and panic shook me deeply. After that, a very tall and skinny man started following me in the distance. What troubles me is that I see him in the reflections, but have never got a straight view of the stalker. I'm sure the police will mock me if I came asking for protection. Seems it's time to buy a good, trustworthy gun and start to practice. Western Advent, Purity Road and Oak Street. Like here. No matter how different my visions may be, they're always so frightening. Today it was a man. He left a house in Southern Old Grove on Warwick Street, somewhere between Seaside and Hillside Streets. Our eyes met, and I immediately felt a burning exhilaration, a wild torrent of emotions. I saw him among the monstrosities, touching them, embracing, kissing. The vision was so intense I bent in two and threw up all my breakfast. He walked past saying something like, "Curse newcomers," and I prayed he wouldn't stop to help. Even now, when I close my eyes, I see the creatures around this man. Southern Old Grove on Warwick Street. So south would be up. Now I need to find Warwick Street. Somewhere between hillside and seaside. So it's anywhere on this part. Like anywhere here. Night here forced me to leave the hotel. The putrid smell of rotting seaweed and fish made it hard to breathe. I remember a huge apple tree and thought it may be nicer there. Moreover, I was afraid that the hotel owner would see my seizures. The visions occurred when I was a few blocks from the apple tree walking E. Brown Street in Central Shells. I felt like I was drowning. I ran toward, and when I passed the street of St. Michael's Church, I felt the water surrounding me, pressing, calling. I needed my will to fight the desire to go to the mare and sink into its depths. I don't know where that would be because that seems like a long adventure. I was walking to Lombard Street in Eastern Reed Heights when it happened again. It's not just a vision, but a noise, hissing radio static, growing louder and louder. Voices from afar were lost in it, crying desperately. I tried not to show how bad it was. I was afraid to reveal it to the locals. The images came after I passed Bullock Street towards Hullock Street. The hissing floored my mind, and I saw a man surrounded by radios talking to them. He was dying, I felt it, and when it happened, the vision was gone. So this is like a journey as well. I'm afraid of the bathroom and kitchen sink. Each time I want to wash my hands, I tremble in fear. What if they talk to me? This began after a vision in Western Reed Heights, near the crossing of Aben Ward and Baker Street. I saw a man naked and covered in blood in a room without doors or windows, surrounded by the dark holes of the pipes. He was cutting himself piece by piece, feeding the copper mouths. They were whispering with voices so sweet and promising, but full of hunger and hatred. How could he believe them? Could he even escape? And had they noticed me? Western Reed Heights, Aben, Ward, and Baker. Here. I can't help but turn around at any noise after what I saw yesterday. I walked down the Murdoch Avenue in Western Advent. Near the Oak Street, I was hit with an excruciating migraine. My nose started to bleed and the visions came. I saw one man writing a letter and another about to strike him from behind. Somehow I was both the spectator and the sitting man, but no matter how I cried out warnings or tried to move, it didn't work. It seems I lost consciousness when the killer hit the man's head, and it took me several hours to get back to the hotel after. Murdoch Avenue, Western Advent, near Oak Street. Okay, well that's the Oak Street. That's where they cross. After this vision, I shake in fear at the sound of a child's cry. It happened in Western Reed Heights on Washington Street. I passed Avon Street and was heading towards Oak Street, but saw it. The thing was running so fast I didn't understand what it was. It jumped from the window, and the vision struck me immediately. I saw a man, a doctor, hiding in a room. He was writing something with a shaking hand, something like last will, and then I saw the thing stalking him, a fetus on thin, pointy legs, with a little face full of evil and hatred. It's shrieking. I can't forget it. Washington past Avon, heading towards Oak. Okay, so that's Reed Heights. I'm just freaking following the Oak Street all around. Somewhere around here-ish. The local Unsmouthers scare me a lot. I've never seen a place with so many ill people. Their faces pursue me even in visions. Recently I was in the northern part of Grimhaven Bay, walking down Whisper Street. I barely made it to Hubbard Avenue when the visions came. I stood among many Unsmouthers, disguised as one of them, and listened. Their leader read the story of a captain participating in pagan rites, copulating with savage witches and beasts, bringing sacrifices. I still remember his name, Obed. Okay. Grimhaven Bay. Whisper Street. Need to find Whisper Street. And also Headlock Street. So this is like where Whisper Street ends. Headlock and Bullock? Where are even those? Okay, I really confused myself there. I was reading the wrong one. Whisper Street and Hubbard Avenue. Barely made it to there. They fell asleep on the street. I'm sure it's connected to my vision somehow because I felt the same nausea and headache as before the strike. It happened in Coverside, near the corner of Tanner Street and Old Church Road. I felt dizzy and my mouth was full of bittersweet taste. I saw a woman with kind eyes giving me a drink and whispering something. Immediately after that, I fell asleep and spent nearly half the day lying at the dirt like a hobo. It's a miracle no one stole a thing from me. Coverside, Tanner, and Old Church Road. Here. Okay, so I'm like barely in Coverside right now. Let me flip the weird notes. He was trying to avoid them. I'm gonna be doing the opposite. First, I want to make sure that I'm not leaving anything else in my hotel. Darren, I think I'm finally starting to figure this out. Locals use signs to mark special places. Did you know already? Kinda like the secret signs hobos use all over the country. What I learned is that the tradition dates back to times well before the flood. I've been able to find out the meaning of some of them. You've seen the crooked H-shaped sign on doors around town. That means the house is inhabited. The crosshatch grid sign marks hidden patches of useful items. Oh, I saw that one. A V-shaped sign is for barricaded dangerous places. Good catch there, they say. Still haven't figured out this spiral-shaped sign, though. You might have investigated for it yourself. And if you see a sign with a cross and 3 Ks, reach for the gun. Alright, I'm just gonna... go after that bit of my sign first. Oh god, there is a lot of flood in here. It's not very nice. Okay, so E is for melee attack. I wanna move. Might shot again. Alright, Jesus, that did not go very well. That cost me a lot of health. So that's like an M. Woo. God damn it. I'm not very good at this. I feel like maybe I should have saved at some point. I feel like saving might be a good idea. Because now I literally don't know where I'm gonna load. If the game can load even. Hope it can load. Up! It loaded. Okay. Okay. I think this is the wrong boathouse. No, it is the right boathouse. It's just facing the wrong way. Got it. Let's maybe not get into the water. Oh, that's a man suffering from visions. That must be a good sign, right? Okay, so now I need a weapon. I healed myself a little. I think it restores over time. Jesus. Yeah, everything there is just stupid strong. I feel like going that way might be a really bad idea. I mean, we have other signs on the map. But I want to approach the special places, goddamn you. Can't gatekeep me for forever. Right, so I'm definitely not going there. What about there? We'll just get on a boat and focus the old church road. Not that we have the main mission to do, but let me enjoy the game. Am I going to really suck at the game? Yes, probably I am. And even when nobody asks me anything, I will give that answer regardless. Hey! At least there's actual, like, people here. So this is like pretty much where shit has happened. Where the shit went down, bro. Shit went down. That's the lower floor. I'm not jumping down unless there's literally no other way down. It's a higher floor. This seems like a very familiar building. Okay. Well, for now we're fine. Fuck off. No wonder the game tells you not to engage with them. Not trapping yourself in the monster house seems like the way to go. Or visiting really weird places. I think I should stick with the investigation. Jesus fuck, that was really painful. Oakmount keeps its mouth shut, I'm not surprised. So that's where I am currently. Kinda need to get, like, here for my main investigation.
Vote for Oakmont! Your vote is your choice. Choose wisely.
That's the fish market, now I will know. Just want to get, like, here. You know, this being a Call of Cthulhu game, it makes sense that enemies is something that you shouldn't be engaging. But I still wanted to test that. Thankfully, there is quite a lot of auto-saving in this game. I do feel safer around buildings. And I do prefer being on foot than anything else.
Extra, extra. All the news that's fit to print. Buy a paper, mister?
So that's the news place.
Extra, extra. All the news that's fit to print. Buy a paper, mister?
Oh, this is where it is. Thought I may as well, like, visit it. If I'm here. Why not? Oh shit, that's...
The old papers are by the door. Take them and stop bothering me already.
I think you've got me confused with someone else.
Aren't
I'm
you a
exploring!
Yeah, I guess I am a newcomer. Charles Reed, private investigator. And I also need your old newspapers. The archive, to be exact.
Ah, so you're the one who cracked the Albert Throgmorton murder case. Nice work. I'm Helen Bland. Say, can you do me a favor?
I feel like she knew things in
Give me an
advance.
exclusive interview. You won't regret it. The Oakmont Chronicle is the best newspaper for miles around.
Alright, I'll be sure to make some time for you, Miss Bland.
She's not very bland.
Do you still want that interview? I got some time now, if you're ready.
Oh, absolutely. We know that you're the private eye who solved the case, but tell our reader something more about yourself.
Served in the Navy?
I'm a former Navy diver. Served on the USS Cyclops, and well, after the war, I found myself in Boston. I've been a private eye ever since.
Oh, a brave sailor. Well, I imagine you'll get accustomed to local life easily. We have plenty of water around here. Maybe we'll have the chance to work together later. Who knows? And now the big question. Why are you here? What brought you to Oakmont?
I'd say I'm tracking down missing people.
I've been investigating disappearances all around Massachusetts. The missing people all seem to have ended up here for some reason.
The mystery of the newcomers. And you want to know why they're here? Well, they aren't very forthcoming about it. And it doesn't help that most of them aren't thinking straight, to put it mildly. I think that's enough for now. I can't give the readers too much all at once. Thank you for your interview, Mr. Reed.
My pleasure. Maybe I'll do something interesting enough to make the papers again. You never know.
Oh, bye.
See you later.
I announced to everybody that I'm being investigated. Oh. Oh, interesting. So I can search for information on the visions, I suppose? Oh, so that's how it works. So what if I do commoners, an old grove, and period after flood? Alright. Well, now I know how that works. So that's a newspaper thing. I need Asher Road and Hubbard Corner, but we are gonna be passing the police station on the way there.
Hey, knock it off!
Marker divisions are appearing. I not actually think that maybe I should just I don't know, ignore where divisions arrive and investigate what's in divisions instead. I instead wanted to know about the location for some reason. That's just me in a nutshell. Oh, cool! I can climb fences like a completely normal, insane person. The H just means that I can walk in.
Hello, officer.
Well, look who finally decided to show up. If it ain't Charles Reed, the genius that cracked the case of Albert Throgmorton. Captain Caleb Lyons at your service. What can we simpletons do to assist you, Mr. Holmes?
I just want to use your archive.
Look, all I want is access to your records during my investigations. Otherwise, I'll keep out of your way.
Oh, that's all you want, is it? Was making us look like idiots in front of Mr. Throgmorton not enough for you?
Look, I'm sorry. That wasn't my intent.
Well, that's what you did. A newcomer must know his place.
You know, the
Let
weirdest
me be
thing
frank. You ain't
is that
welcome.
there's no children.
You slip up, don't cross a T or dot an I, and I'll treat you like every other criminal in here, newcomer.
Hey, easy, Officer Lyons. I don't want any trouble.
Well, good. That's a start. You can use the archive, but only because you have Mr. Throgmorton as your patron. Keep that in mind, Reed.
Ooh. Oh, the wombs. This must be the archive room. Yeah, it is. So... all right. I'll keep that building in mind. You know, one of these is just really friggin' close to me. I do wonder. It should be safe, right? It should be safe. I'll do a manual save. I can approach at least. Oh. Alright. I suppose that's none of my business. Is that Tanner Street? Is that Tanner? That's Tanner Street. Not really go there. Wonderful. Excuse me, fellas, just scavenging. Oh, at the corner. I definitely need to let my sanity recover, but hey, look, I did find some shit. So it wasn't like useless. But I suppose now I know that all of those like special side questy things seem to have happened in very much infected spots. I suppose it makes sense, but I don't really want to walk down one of the yucky streets. I'm not that brave at the moment. Was at the corner. That was the headquarters. This place does have an H on it. Yeah, thought so. Good.
Guess I don't need the key.
Yes, you don't indeed. Okay. Verbs. Got it. Divers with the bends can suffer from numerous symptoms including pain, impaired movement, nausea, vomiting, and disorientation. Acute symptoms can occur within 10 minutes of surfacing and include paralysis, numbness, blindness, deafness, dizziness, seizures, confusion, and words coming out all weird. The paralysis and numbness can involve several different parts of the body at the same time.
Someone smashed it beyond repair. Someone smashed it beyond repair.
So they were preparing to dive, quite specifically. I'm not surprised, it was the diving expedition.
a few damp papers all that's left of the expedition.
Okay, so that is an extra clue.
Are a few damp papers all that's left of the expedition. Someone smashed it beyond repair.
There are those damn birds. Like the fly. And went upstairs? Let me not expend all of my sanity at once. The Oakmont University Department of Anthropology welcomes the newest addition to its ranks, Professor Harriet Doe. Her brilliant discoveries about the origin of Inuit tribes have added a new page to the history book of humanity. Now, Professor Doe will embark on a new expedition to hopefully shed light of the source of the flood, and in doing so shed light on what yet may come. They're alive. That's a break in the floor. According to our data, the places with paranormal activity have a strong previously unidentified influence on the human mind. We have prepared a list of solutions, including meditative practices and supply of sedatives to prevent cases of madness among the expedition members. Highly recommend discharging all those charms, amulets, and religious symbols which are of no use, and applying these scientifically valid methods of protection instead. Oh, meditation is scientifically valid.
I never saw another shell like it.
Nor me.
Map of Cape Cod. Well, looks like there was something here, but it's been erased. Map of Cape Cod.
Oh, my special
Looks like
eyes
there
don't
was
see it
something
either.
Here, but it's been erased.
Ooh. I'm sorry? There was a wall here! Should have searched the corpse for more bullets! Dear God, man, don't you know how shooting at things works?
Guess this helmet's beyond repair.
Okay, so this is just the shower room. Calling must be delivered Grimhaven Bay no later than Friday. Okay. So this is what they were buying. And that cargo manifest was burned. What is this special whistle clue? And I'm gonna overwrite the manual save because it's gonna get bookie wookie really fast. Because I saw a bad thing walking there before I legged it.
We don't have time to pick it. Stand back.
Okay, so they broke in.
Grab the papers. Smash the rest.
Grabbed some papers, smashed the rest.
I fatah me fe I regach I dagon.
Build the fake walls.
Burn it all. Make sure you get the adverts.
Time to figure this out.
And burned every. I think it's honestly a circular line. He obviously broke in first and got the papers.
Smash the rest.
You know what? It could be that they burned it and then built the wall.
Burn it all. Make sure you get the adverts.
I fatah me fe I regach I dagon.
Or you know, because it looks like they're carrying things. It's gonna be the other way around, isn't it?
I fatah me fe I.
Burn it all. Make sure you get the adverts.
Several men broke into the expedition headquarters. What they didn't smash, they burned. The archives, even the newspapers.
Alright, so this place was just a thing that actually existed here. It didn't time travel to get here. I'm quite concerned about the roaming enemy.
Someone smashed it beyond repair.
Well, now we know what and who. Checking if I missed anything. Doing the fucking wandering enemy. I'm from nowhere. Any other fake walls, mind you? No, I think that was the only one. My enemies can use magic. I feel like that's unfair. Expedition archive is lost, but I still have clues to follow on. They left the city on a frightener from Grimhaven Bay. In Oakmont Chronicle. Okay, well, we know where that is. It's not everything in the area, but we do have the key evidence. Excuse me, Mr. Priesty Fool. Make way coming through. Looking for the newspaper place.
What's your problem?
See, one of my issues is that I have learned that the more side thingies you do in a game, the better are your chances of living, because side thingies give XP. But here's the thing, I seem to be very shit at side thingies in this one. Okay. Oh, whoopsie, sorry. I didn't mean to climb on shit either. There we go. The 30-ton ship, the Tanya, is currently available for hire. You will find it fully equipped for transport as well as aiding of underwater ventures and exploration for the price of 70 rifle bullets or the equivalent thereof per week. Those interested are urged to contact Captain Jeremiah Sanders for contracting details. Can be found at Pier 3. Cool. I read all of it. So the next place is Pier 3. Oh! Oh, I have one knowledge point. So I can get a bit of regeneration. I would like some regeneration. Thank you. So I can fast travel from here. Potentially the port. That's Pier 3. Don't suppose just walking around in our vision thingy will give us anything? Don't think it will, but you never know. There are another, like, fast travel point somewhere, because it's like I can see it on the map somewhere. Where am I seeing it? Here's a better place. Why is that covered? So that's a diner. Cannot enter it. Good to know. Don't suppose I can, like, cut the corner a little bit. Yeah, I can. That's good. And they only go from fast travel point to other fast travel points? Yeah, seems like it. Like, I need to actually discover them. God damn it. Actually, fair enough. Let's go on a boat adventure. We'll go back into the reef. On foot. Maybe we'll discover a fast travel point. I feel like the combat is slightly a lot too hard for me, so I might actually have to drop that. Will be embarrassing if I do, so I'm just gonna keep it not dropped for now. I remember the barge. Is it this way? Yes, it is. Don't know how the guys can be fine with rain. And this is what the places look like. So I obviously can see a person. Like, thankfully this isn't awful.
Quit staring, newcomer. Get the drop out of here.
I do hope that there's like a fast point somewhere in here. Oh, I can see it somewhere. I don't think traveling by foot is all that slow. I mean, the boat is a nice addition, but I would like to still travel a bit faster. Pastor never hurt anybody. There we go. Found the base central. Yes. That's far. Right, if I just went opposite to here. What is this? A restricted area or nah? Oh, doesn't seem like it. Seems pretty open. Then again, I decided to go around it instead of in it. Okay, now I'm in it. So this is like a train station. Don't know if I'm supposed to be in here, but I am gonna save. This is someone's ritual spot. I imagine I'm here too early. And we would have something to say if we wanted to say something. But we don't at the moment. Don't worry guys, just looting your ritual spots. Gotta say, I really do appreciate the people right now. This game is a very, very creepy when there isn't any. And that there's fast travel spots. I think there's like a formula that you have to use for every Call of Cthulhu game. One, set it not in the current day. Two, obviously has to... What? You okay? Has to have madness of some sort.
Thank Kay. At last. Hey, help. Help.
What's going on?
Sea creatures. Swarmed over the piers. I hid here, but these walls won't stand up to them. Please help me.
What are these sea creatures?
What creatures? What are you talking about?
Wild beasts. They came to feast on the blood. They're eating the dead.
Looking for Sanders?
I'm looking for Captain Sanders. Is he here in the port? Did the creatures get him?
I saw Sanders. Help me. I'll tell you what I know.
Another thing. Combat has to be insanely fucking hard and not recommended. Otherwise, it's just not making it into a Call of Cthulhu game. As many bullets as I can, man. As many 8-bits as I can. As many antipsychotics as I can. Alright. Think I am ready to stop for today. Well, this is our first foray into... what was it called? The Sinking City. And honestly, I am quite enjoying it at the moment. It might get too hard. It's not currently too hard. I did try my hand at some combat, and that went really, really badly. I'm gonna be going very, very, very slowly. And I can always drop the difficulty. I'm not gonna do it right now, but I can. So thank you for watching, and I'm gonna see you next time. Toodaloo.